mimi nilikuwa na suggest I was suggesting hizi vitu zenye hizo titles zote ziko na Moi University, Moi Vocoli, secondary schools na primary schools zenye ziko na Moi ndani, hospitali na mashule, hizo vitu zote.
Mbona unadai zitolewe mazee?
Mbona umze shakufa? Umze ametusumbua sana bwana.
He's a legend bana.
No, he can Moi kwa legend. Hawezi kuwa legend.
He's the second president of Kenya.
He was the second president of Kenya for how many years?
For 24 years.
24 years. Unafikiria kuna mtu alikuwa anataka hiyo kiti? Watu walikuwa wanataka hiyo kiti, alikuwa anawapeleka wapi? Nyayo hawakufinywa. Unaona? Ngoja alikuwa mbaya sana, unaona? So, hizo vitu unajua Moi?
Yeah, he was the second president of Kenya. Nimeshakwambia.
Hiyo tu unajua, kama unataka kujua Moi, ingia Twitter saa hii. Uone, unajua ukitaka kujua kitu, unaangalia yule msemaji anayopost. Huyo mtu mwenye anayopost ndo anasema ukweli.
So nani anaopost so far?
Miguna. So general. Miguna anajua ukweli.
So actually
it is a legend that Moi lived. Moi killed. Alikuwa anafinya watu. Nayo house. Ni ukweli, I hate that man.
Yeah, hiyo ni ukweli, but do you have any
it is a history very sweet. History is very sweet. It reveals everything.
So let me ask you this. Did you ever experience nini yake? Ama wewe umezaliwa tu juu?
It is history.
So you are bitter with history.
Yeah, bitter. I hate that man.
Anyway guys, maze, this is my new cost. Ni mjenga sana. Anachukia Moi. Tuko live maze, wone tuko kwenye. So mbona unachukia Moi sana John, si poa. Lakini thank you guys maze. This is Chacha, my new co-host anaitwa Chacha Evara. But kwenye show leo tuko na Mr. Rotiken ambaye ni family member wa Moi. Pia tuko na Mr. Walter ambaye ni mtu wa baba, mtu wa Raila Odinga, mtu wa yani ule mtu ana support tu baba kutoka mwanzo hadi mwisho. Unacheki? So make sure mazee umesubscribe, umehit that like button, umefollow kila kitu umefanya.
Yeah. Follow us in all social media handles. Like, comment, usikose kusubscribe. Usikose kubonyeza kidole sio?
Yeah, make sure umefollow kwenye hiyo segment nyingine. Tuanze show.
Chacha Evara. So Mr. Rotiken, welcome sana kwenye show. Unaweza tuambia unakumbuka nini juu ya Moi?
Nakumbuka Moi kwa president wa nchi hii wa pili. Na nasema pia Moi ni kama wa familia yetu. Family friend and the families who have even assisted maybe our family members, especially the former chairman of the county government. Because if not him, hata angekuwa kwa uongozi for the last 30 years. Na kitu kingine ya pili, uongozi wa Moi imetusaidia kama familia na imetusaidia kama Narok. Pia ndi mama kuingia kwa uongozi ilikuwa usaidizi wa Moi. Kama sio Moi, hatungeweza kupata ile ama ndi mama kuwa mbunge for the last 24 years. Na pia mzee former chairman angekuwa MCA for the last also 24 years. Because when the mama was the chairman of Narok County government, then he was promoted to be the MP for Narok North. Hapo ndio aliweza kumtoa yule alikuwa anaitwa marehemu Ole Tipis, the late candidate Ole Tipis, who was the MP for Narok North by that time. Moi pia ametusaidia kwa amani kwa vitu mingi. Kwanza tulipata amani sisi tukao Masai, na aliweza kutuliza yale mashida ya mashamba ambayo sababu ukitaka kujua mashida yako wapi iko kwa mashamba. So urithi yenyewe aliweza kutusaidia ili mashamba zetu sikuwe zetu. Alitupatia title na pia majirani pale wale ambao kwa sababu sio wa Masai tu ndio tunaishi Narok. We have other communities in Narok like the Kikuyus, the Kalenjins na pia Waluya na Wakisii. Na alipata kusema kaeni na amani na kama mtu akiingia pale mpokee na amani. Na akaambia tena yale kabila mkikuja mahali mnaalikwa kaeni pia na amani.
Thank you. Na Walter unakumbukaje juu ya Moi?
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Walter. I'm young, but the history is still fresh in our mind. And the few which I know about Moi is one dictator who is known not only in East Africa, but in the entire Africa. And in fact, as it is trending in the world today, Moi is trending as one dictator who ruled with iron fist rod. Just from the university students who are rioting for their own right to to the police officers who are forced to do things which are against their will, to politicians, people like Raila Odinga, people like the current person who just reached 100 years, Honorable Charles Jojo. Those are people who are maimed by Moi. Moi, I know him as one dictator, corrupt individual who grabbed land here and there. Yeah.
So, umesema, wewe tuko kimoja. Wewe tuko kimoja kabisa. So, umesema Moi alikuwa dictator. So, we Africans should learn to say things as they are. Yes. Mr. Rotiken, umesema Mr. Moi helped you as a family, and you said, who was the MCA for 24 years?
He was my father.
For 24 good years?
Yes.
Wow.
And I think that is into corruption. For me, ilikuwa ni uongozi bora ambaye kila mtu alitaka. Na ni wananchi ndio wanapoleta, sio Moi ndiye alikuwa anakuweka.
Tukijaribu kuchunguza Mr. Rotiken.
Yes.
For 24 good years.
Yes.
Do you think that watu walikuwa wanavotia father yani kwa haki?
Yes, they were voting because of their rights and
it's because of Moi, because you said in your statement, you said Mr. Moi, His Excellency alisaidia sana kwa kuwa MC.
Yeah, sababu for one aliweza wakati alipokuja pale kwetu. Najua sasa kuna wale ambao walikuwa wapinzani wake, lakini Moi alikuwa anasema ningependelea huyu aongoze kwa sababu namjua.
No, that's dictatorship. Si unakubaliana na mimi?
That is a total dictatorship. How can somebody rule for 24 good years?
Good, hata unasema he was ruling, he was not leading.
You are saying it right. He was ruling for 24 good years. Come on. This is a dictator who is imposing leaders on people.
It is not that way.
Ukisikiza statement yake amesema Moi was still a good and a good. As they assume any bad person. Kumaanisha like akikuja Narok alileta hiyo, amesema peace, akasaidia watu
yeah.
He was working as a country, right?
Yes.
So aliwasaidia kupata shamba.
Kulikuwa na shida ya mashamba na aliweza kutatua, ndio sasa maneno ya shamba ikatulia. Unajua ukitaka kuangalia makabila zote, ukipata kumwona mahali watu wanapigana, kama sio shamba wanasusana nayo ni resources. Yeah.
So, kulingana na vile nasema, Moi aliwasaidia nyinyi kupata shamba.
Yeah. Sisi wote sio familia yetu ya Rotiken. Kila mtu, kila Mmasai mwenye ako hapa.
So Mr. Walter, umesema Moi was a very bad person according to opinion.
Na mimi ningependa Walter atuambie alidictate wapi kwa sababu
Okay.
Okay. Let us just be realistic. Moi, the history has it, and it is in documents that there are aids which were coming from US to Kenya, from Westerns to Kenya, and over 35 million of Kenya, as at then, were living below poverty line. Poverty line is someone who is living below $1. So if 35 million Kenyans are living below poverty line, and the US was giving aid, Western countries was giving aid to our country, which is equivalent to $350 million US dollars. And look, that money was being squandered. Later on, the IMF and the World Bank suspended their aid to Kenya. After that suspension, that is what brought multi-party democracy in Kenya. In 1982, we know people who headed Air Force like Ezekiel Ochuka. We can remember the coup which they attempted. Later on, that is when the leadership of Moi drifted. He changed everything. He started, it is in record. If you read, there is a UK-based audit firm which was given responsibility by Right Honorable Mwai Kibaki when he got into power in 2002 to investigate about Moi. And the findings they found, which was not published, was about the corruption, was about the money laundering and the money which was being carried in bags to other countries.
So apart from saying he's a dictator, you're saying he's a corrupt person?
Definitely.
So you are against Moi and his regime?
No, I'm not against Moi personally. I'm against the leadership which he gave to our country.
It was not.
I think if Moi could have led as we expected, the way Mzee Jomo Kenyatta started, then I think our country, as we speak, could have been. We couldn't be third world country. Yeah.
So, Mr. Rotiken, it is a legend that Moi looted, he killed, and he grabbed land for power.
For me, I don't know which land he have grabbed. I don't know what kind of dictatorship he used to rule this country. But what I know is a peace person or a peacemaking person. If I say Moi was corrupt, I don't know how much he have stolen from our county here or maybe from our home, because I cannot say anything that which is not true.
Just to ask,
yes.
Look, you can't walk even 20 meters from where we are and you don't find an institution named Moi something. You can't walk even a kilometer before finding a road named after Moi.
Okay.
An airstrip. What is that?
Let me tell you.
Now, for example, Mr. Walter, today we are naming this stadium Ndimama Stadium. Does it mean that Ndimama have grabbed the same stadium?
I haven't said Moi grabbed the roads, that is why they are called Moi.
Okay.
But I am against the idea. You see what our current president, Kenyatta is doing. He has removed the pictorials of former presidents from our currencies. That is something we embrace, because this country doesn't belong to individual. This country doesn't belong to one tribe.
Okay, ukiangalia idea yako ya naming the schools, the nini, if you ukiangalia research, is the one who alifungua hizo shule, right?
Does it mean that if you open something, you have the song to name it after you?
If you funded it, what happens?
No, leave Kenyans to give it a name. Ama watu wenye wako hiyo place waipatie jina. Waipatie jina kulingana na place yenye located. Si kutuambia Moi Evara Hospital, Moi Vokoli Girls, Moi University. Unaona? So me, according to my opinion, Moi kulingana I'm begging to differ with Mr. Rotiken to say that Moi is a good person. Moi was never a good person. Moi just apologized the other day that kama nimekukosea unisamee.
And that was in 2006. He apologized that kama nimekukosea unisamee. Meaning that is somebody who knows.
Any leader can even beg for forgiveness, and he can also be forgiven. Because as a leader, there are most of the things that you must do so that you can lead. There are those people who can maybe wrong to you. But now when it comes to public, you can also say those who have maybe wronged you, forgive, and I will also forgive those who have done the wrong.
Let me just ask you, sir. Yeah. If you go to Nairobi, if you go to Nairobi, there is Nyayo House in Nairobi. What is Nyayo House known for? For torturing those people.
So what's your opinion? What's your opinion, Walter? What's your opinion then?
Later on.
Yes. What's your opinion then?
No, I'm going to give you my opinion. Yeah. Later on, when Kibaki took power, the first initiative of our president was to allow citizens to just go visit there. Then after that, it was closed. There is nothing like torture house.
Why are you against Moi and you are not against Kenyatta? Because Kenyatta also, we have like Kenyatta National Hospital, we have like Kenyatta University. Why are you not against him? Because he was the first president of this country. So it means that Moi copied from the first president.
No, Kenyatta is a legend.
No, not a legend only. Yes, but
Moi succeeded as a president when Kenyatta died.
Moi is one president who succeeded in bringing our economy to its knees. Yes. He's one person who succeeded. If you read the famous Truth and Justice,
Reconciliation
TRC report, you will see what he did. Just compare that. If you read how Moi reigned, look, from his home in Baringo to State House when he realized that the president then in 1978 died, will tell you that this is a person who indeed indeed was not having the interest of our
So
country.
clearly from your argument, you are actually saying that Moi was never any good in his presidency.
He was too egocentric and wanted everything for himself.
But for 24 years, you can't say he made any development in the country.
Okay, development he made, but you know what? When you look at the development per se, the wrongs he did, to my opinion, the wrongs he did supersedes.
So the wrongs cancels the rights.
Definitely.
So why have you been elected for the last 24 years?
No, look, that was not election. Those are sham elections. Where one person, Kenya was a one-party state. One-party state means that the party leader, if for example, like right now, the party, the leading coalition is Jubilee. It means that Jubilee will lead so long as the person they choose is the person who wins. Then is going to win the election definitely. Until when the Western countries started stopping their aids to our country. That is I think in 1992. That is when Kenya changed into multi-party democracy.
So Mr. Rotiken, according to you, so Moi was perfect.
Yeah, to me, Moi was perfect because I have never seen anything.
You've never seen?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, I have never seen because because for me, yes.
Wacha tuongee story vile iko. Kitu kikifanyika, wacha sisi tukisema tu venye kimefanyika, okay?
Yeah, lakini hatuwezi sema kwa sababu aliaga juzi tunasema mabaya yake saa hii. Hata wakati alikuwa hai, mbona Mungu kusema wakati hiyo? Hata wakati alikuwa uongozi. Na ndio namwambia Walter, baba yake alikuwa hai siku hiyo. Na mama yake pengine na madada zake walikuwa pengine wapi? Walikuwa hai. Mbona hawakusema ubaya wa Moi wakati alikuwa anaongoza?
Look, sir, I want you.
Sasa ndio unakuja kusema sababu ameshaaga.
I want to come clear.
Yes.
It is not that I'm against Moi personally, but I'm saying
you are against the leadership.
Development. I'm looking at the leadership.
But what about today? What about today? And do you have the same leadership?
Let Mzee rest in peace.
Yes.
But as a country, we are struggling to bring our economy back to its needs.
So you're blaming Moi for the failing
leading for 24 good years. Look at the roads he constructed.
Let me ask you
the
this.
level of education.
In those 24 years,
people like Dr. Uku, Miguna went to exile, finished his university. Later on in another country outside our country. Dr.
When was
Uku,
democracy introduced in Kenya? Mr. Walter.
There is nothing which has been done.
Mr. Walter, when was democracy introduced in Kenya? Democracy.
You know what? I can say that democracy was introduced after the multi-party Kenya gained multi-party democracy. That is when we can say that there was democracy.
1992.
Yeah.
So democracy is when you allow people to vote for you, right?
Where people exercise their rights.
Right. So when it took for the 24 years, do you think the people had their rights too? Because there was no democracy.
In Uhuru Park, it is in records. You can check in YouTube. When Moi handed over power to Kibaki, that is the time we feared that Moi would not hand over power. But then he did what we never expected by handing over, which we give him thumbs up. I can say that when our country was not peace, was kind of in peace, and the country was not peaceful. That one I can give him thumb up. But look, even after that handing power, when he was moving out of Uhuru Park, you can see the kind of stones he was being thrown at. Meaning, that is a dictator.
Yeah, that's a dictator. And let me ask you, Mr. Rotiken. Moi was against multi-partyism.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and Raila was advocating for multi-partyism. Sindio, what happened to Raila?
Yeah, there was a coup in 1982 where Raila tried to have power through military kind of leadership, and then when it was realized, then there was that kind of some of the troops have been sent to him so that he can be exiled. Yeah.
So Raila, unajua Raila hata kwenda mazishi ya mama yake kwa sababu he was being detained in Nyayo House wakati mama yake alifariki. And Raila, I can say, I'm sorry to say so, but Raila is a fool. Kwa sababu gani? Raila is a fool in a way that Raila sasa anapongeza sana mzee hayati ati he should rest in peace. Amesahau mambo ambayo alifanyiwa na
Okay, let me.
You know what?
He actually apologized.
Let me just correct him.
Okay, yeah.
As we speak, our country is going through healing process, and that is why we have got
But we've healed for
that
very
is
long
why
time.
we have got building bridges initiative.
Yeah,
So healing process is not that you have to. Moi had said that you forgive him. So if you continue holding those things, then it is against you. You know what? When I come and say, please forgive me for my wrongdoing, and you continue holding it, that is against yourself. You inakuuma peke yako. So he had asked for that, and our country is going through a healing process, and that is why Raila also said, let Mzee rest in peace, which we are supporting that. Let Mzee rest in peace. But we are saying Mzee never led us as we expected, according to our expectations.
So I have this question.
Yes.
We all know Moi had some children but we know the one famous one, Gideon Moi, who is the senator of Baringo, right? Do you think anaweza chukua hizo leadership za babake ama is leading in his own way, according to Mr. Rotiken?
He is not leading the way his father was leading.
So meaning Moi was a bad guy. So
Not a bad guy. To me, I'll never, until proven that he was a bad guy, but to me, no.
So Gideon is leading in a very good way.
But he must seek advice from his father. Because
Waswahili wanasema kwamba mtoto mleako mtu kwa. Unajua unaongelea story ya Kenyatta ati sasa amefanya kitu gani? Si ndio? Ukiangalia sasa hata Kenya Airways wana mabilioni ya na madeni. Ukiangalia Tanzania Airways iko better off inakuja hata kushinda JKIA. Unaona? Kumaanisha Moi ndo baba wa politics, as they stated that
professor of politics.
Yeah.
Asi wangesema dictator of politics. Ama wangesema hivyo.
You know what is happening? Our media, we have got our media which is entirely owned with the politicians. So, for example, we know very well that Standard Media Group is owned by Moi family. How do you expect Standard Media Group to say that Moi is a dictator?
Well, unajua hata mimi nashindwa kwa nini tuko hapa. Kwa sababu gani? Moi is not the only person who is dead in Kenya right now in this period.
But he's the president, bana.
I don't care.
He's the former.
Moi.
Okay, do you understand by the word state president?
Because you are now saying Moi was corrupt, he was a dictator. What about Ruto, who is now looking for a presidency?
Ruto.
Can you tell me something about Ruto that you know?
Ruto is a fool. Ruto can never be president.
How sure are you?
You know what?
He can't be president.
You know what? Let everyone, you know, I like the way you asked the question about Baringo Senator Gideon Moi. We shouldn't judge Honorable Gideon Moi based on his father's track record. Gideon Moi is an individual. Moi is another individual. They are different. I may give, maybe he was given birth to Moi, but maybe his leadership style is different. So we can't judge him based on the wrongdoings of his father. William Ruto is our deputy president.
Yes.
As per me, he should thank God for the far he is, and that is the best I think he can achieve.
Why? Why do you think so?
Why do you think?
As we speak, he is on records. Do you know the kind of corruption which we are witnessing in our country, which are tainted towards him? When we go to Langata primary land, it is in record, it is in media that who grabbed the land. So. To me, William Ruto is generous. He's a nice person, but I don't think we can trust him with the top leadership of our country.
So, according to you, who do you think, if the 22 election will happen now, who will win?
Let the best candidate win. That is in the hands of electorate.
Yeah. Wewe ni mtu wa Raila.
Kabisa. How sure are you that Raila will not dictate this country?
Wewe mwenyewe tumesema kianza chote tulisema wewe ni mtu wa Raila sana. Mbona unataka Raila kuwa president?
I haven't said that sitaki Raila. I don't know whether kuna mahali nimesema mimi sitaki Raila ama mimi sitaki Ruto. Nimesema let the best candidate win. As we speak, Raila has never said he's going to contest for presidency in 2022.
But why
What
are
Raila and the president...
What is the essence of BBI?
of BBI? Yes,
What
we want to
Raila and the
know
People's
what's all
President
about
are saying
BBI.
is one thing, is that as we speak, we are concentrating in healing the nation. The nation that maybe even us, even our children, will be glad during election, knowing that if we choose, maybe if we choose him, then he's the person who is going to lead us the way we expect. So as we speak, Raila has never said anywhere he's going to contest. Unlike Ruto, who has said openly that he's going to contest. So that is what I'm saying. I'm not against him, but he's not the best one to control the economy of our country.
I have a question to Mr. Rotiken.
Yes.
Mr. Rotiken, on Tuesday we will be holiday. Sababu ndio siku ambayo mzee atakuwa anazikwa. Are you advocating for that?
No, I'm not advocating for that.
Why?
To me, when somebody is being arrested, I think not most of the people can go to Baringo or maybe to Kabarak. Some could even be continuing with their jobs. Because if one person dies, the rest can be hold their hands so that they cannot go and work. And maybe somebody is even getting his basic needs through his hard work. Now, if you tell the whole Kenyans that you should not be working for the 5 days, where will they get their earning? No, for those people who will be available to go, let them go. For those who cannot even maybe reach there, they can even do their duties.
And what about the moiedition? Should it continue with that?
No, moiedition should not be there.
Why? It should not be there. Why?
Contrary to his opinion.
Let's tell us.
You are saying now, for my opinion, you are saying now, if we name Moi University, Moi Referral, that is dictatorship.
Yeah,
Now, if you want to bring back, but I don't know whether if this person is in BBI really, but is in BBI really, because those are the things that you could be changing in the BBI reports.
No, you know what?
Yes.
I just wanted to say, contrary to his opinion, we have got the constitution which is guiding our country, and that there are powers and privileges which are vested upon a president. You know, he is our president and he remains one. In the history of our country, Moi remained to be the second president of our country. And that there are privileges on which, if a state president dies, the kind of send-off should be given. The order which was gazetted by CS Fred Matiang'i was that Tuesday to be a holiday for mourning. But the proclamation which was given by the president was that the country is in a state of mourning until the president is laid to rest. So people are mourning as we speak. That does not deter them from doing their business. But on Tuesday, people will be in Nyayo Stadium to give the last send-off, befitting send-off to our former president. Moi Day, as we speak, it is not there. I don't know whether it is there. But the last time I checked, it has changed it was changed to something else. So as we speak, it is not there.
Oh, so we should even stop mourning the 14 angels who died in Kakamega, ili to mourn dictator mwenye amekufa juzi.
You know, let me tell you this.
Mr. No, acha vizuri.
You know, I haven't said that.
You said we are mourning as a
country. We are mourning in two factions. We are mourning for the victims of Kakamega Primary, the 14 children, which is very sad because maybe our president would have been among those people whom we have lost. And we are also mourning our president. Now, the constitution, you know, constitution is the guiding document of our land. And it has got laid down articles on how a state president should be sent off. So that is what they are saying. And even if you check, when the president died, it was not the family members who said the president, the former president had died. It had to come, the communication had to come from the president himself. So those are some of the things which are through, which are indicated in the constitution. So I'm not saying that it is the constitution.
So Mr. Rotiken,
Yes.
what can you say? The last thing that you can say about Moi?
The last thing I can say about Moi is that we cannot talk negative about Moi right now because somebody who is now asleep, I think he's asleep. We cannot talk in his maybe. So we want that person to be given a good send-off. Now, for those who are maybe saying that Moi did maybe dictatorship or a kind of maybe leadership that he did, maybe that's a lesson that we should learn. That for those who are maybe looking for leadership, we will now tell them that we don't want a leadership like which comes from the Moi's family or maybe former president. So I think that's something that I can say right now.
According to history, His Excellency was born a family where his father was a peasant. Meaning babake hakuwa na kitu. Ukiangalia pia kwa history ya Ruto, babake alikuwa seremala, ndio. So and the way Ruto is coming, it is the same way that Moi came.
Yeah.
Are you is there something you can talk about that?
But now, because you people, you have a history of somebody who I think you have in your minds, you have in your records. Now I think you can, that's now a way that you can make your decision to have somebody else, not like Ruto now, the way it's coming. Because you really have a story where you can tell somebody we don't want the story to repeat itself, like former President Moi. Now that's the thing that we can do now as young men.
Mr. Walter, there is this hashtag when you trend juicy. Miguna ndio alianzisha. Hashtag go to the Moi. Do you think tuko kimoja, si ndio? Do you think Kenyans were right?
Before even I comment about that, I want to give my friend thumbs because in his conclusion he has just said that maybe going forward we should not elect Moi according to the history of what we should not elect.
Because you are the one who is saying
of what Moi did, meaning he is now supporting that indeed there are some. If he gave his father MCA the little post Moi was giving people for 24 years. So even him is saying yenyewe hapo na yeye alifanya vibaya. Thank you for saying that. But now going forward, you asked about
the hashtag.
About the hashtag. You know what? The Bible is so clear.
Yeah.
We are not the people to judge.
Yeah.
The judgment is done by God. As what we can say, rest in peace, our former president.
So that's all it is.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Moi.
So before we finish, you Mr. Rotiken, were you a beneficiary of hii maziwa ya Nyayo? Mimi usikia sana.
Yeah, sisi tulipata hiyo maziwa pale primary tulikuwa Raima.
Mimi naweza taka kujua juu. I never experienced the maziwa ya Nyayo.
Yeah, kulikuwa na maziwa ya Nyayo na ilikuwa ikifika tea break tunaenda kunywa maziwa. Na hivyo mimi nilikuta hiyo maziwa.
Mr. Walter, ulifikia hii maziwa ya Nyayo?
Sisi ni hawa watu wa 1997. Tuliona.
So ndio maana Mr. Rotiken anapongeza sana huyu mzee kwa sababu alimkuza.
Anajua tusikiza wazazi wetu.
By that time unajua tulikuwa tunapata hata acha nikwambie Walter. By that time in primary school ile kitu tu ulikuwa unaruhusiwa kuleta ilikuwa ni uniform tu. Acha nikwambie. Ulikuwa tu unakuja unakuta kalamu pale, unakuta vitabu na pia maziwa. I don't know ni nini ilikuja tena ikaondoa tena from.
So wakati Moi akitangaza kwamba anakuja shuleni kwenu ama anatembelea kijiji fulani, watu walikuwa wanafanya kazi hiyo siku.
Kufanya kazi ya jenzi.
Unajua wakisema president is coming.
Yeah.
Wakati huo
hawafanyi, watu wanaenda sasa kuzikiza.
Sio ni dictatorship.
Do you think that is good? If even you are saying that you should continue with your business as those people who are intending to mourn are mourning wherever they want to mourn.
I'm saying that we are learning from Moi's leadership. That's why I'm saying if you people are saying that Moi had not led this country the correct way that you wanted, then the same Ruto who is now coming, or maybe Raila, you should now copy from them and then say, let's have somebody else who can even lead this nation and who can even make this nation to heal from bad politics.
Bad politics.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because you are saying Moi is a dictator. But to me, if there is that dictatorship, but to me, I haven't seen that dictatorship. It is you now being Walter, because I know where you're coming from. And those people, they have never supported Moi because they have been sidelined for the last maybe 24 years.
Look, if you are a beneficiary of corruption, you will support the corruption until you will see the side effect of that corruption. You see, the kind of money you are squandering, which is meant for public use, maybe to construct road, to construct hospital, to construct other facilities, infrastructure. If one or two individuals are squandering that money the way your dad and the cronies of Moi would be, you can't see as a family, but the entire nation is having a pain. If 35 million Kenyans are going to bed without food, is it a good thing?
Not really. No.
And yet, as at that time, $350 million is being given.
Walter, ulikuwa unangojea Moi kuja kuletea chakula huko kwako kama umeshindwa na kazi yako?
Thank you so much.
Ulikuwa unangojea kama baba yako alishindwa na kazi, kama baba yako hakuweza kufanya chochote. That's why you are suffering up to now. No, baba yako ndiye alishindwa na kazi.
No, what we are
alishindwa na one thing.
What we are saying.
Yes. Lakini sio Moi ndiye alimshika mkono asifanye kazi yake. Si ndivyo?
Sio kazi ya Moi kuja kutafuta babangu kupatia kazi.
Baba yake alitafuta na
can you just think critically?
Thank you so much for being the show.
But Walter,
thank you so much.
You should think beyond the box now.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Yeah.
So this is the tier show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So it has been a very nice show, and this will be happening every day. Anytime you're on YouTube, you just look for Rex Empire, and this is where you get. This is where art meets reality.
So make sure you follow us at every angle. Make sure you like to comment. Make sure you go to social media there too. I go by the name Divon Novid.
Yeah.
Make sure you check me up. Make sure you check up everyone. Thank you so much.
Chacha Evara, you can check me up on every Twitter and on social media handle. So thank you so much. #GoToGuy.